Welcome to my channel World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that not only shines with golden brilliance but also tells a story deeply connected to the history of the United States. This is the Sacagawea $1 coin of the year 2000, a piece that many people have seen in circulation, but very few truly understand the hidden secrets and the extraordinary value certain examples of this coin can hold. When this coin was first released, it quickly became a subject of curiosity among collectors and the general public because it was unlike anything people had used before. It replaced the small Susan B. Anthony dollar, which many had confused with quarters, and instead introduced a new design, golden in color, larger in appearance, and much more striking to the eye. The obverse of the coin, designed by Glenna Goodacker, shows the Shoshone woman Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back. Sacagawea played an important role in guiding Lewis and Clark during their expedition across uncharted American lands in the early 1800s. The reverse design by Thomas D. Rogers features a soaring American bald eagle, a powerful national symbol of freedom. This combination of meaningful imagery and beautiful artistry made the Sacagawea dollar stand out immediately. But as time passed, some very unusual errors and rare variations began to surface, and these turned a common circulating dollar into a dream find for collectors. One of the most fascinating things about the 2000 Sacagawea dollar is that it was the first year of issue, which means that collectors always pay special attention to it. First-year coins are often saved in higher numbers, but they can also come with unexpected minting mistakes as the mint experiments with dies, planchets, and striking pressure. And this is exactly what happened with the Sacagawea dollar of 2000. There are several varieties and errors that make this coin extremely desirable. For example, there are coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning that instead of being struck on the golden manganese brass planchet, some coins were accidentally struck on quarter or nickel planchets. Imagine a dollar coin the size of a Sacagawea but with the silvery color of a quarter. That kind of rarity immediately excites collectors because it should not exist. Then there are double die errors, where parts of the design, such as Sacagawea's face, the lettering, or the date, appear doubled due to a die misalignment. These coins create a fascinating visual effect and are highly prized. Perhaps the most famous of all are the so-called Cheerios dollars. Before the official release in 2000, the U.S. Mint placed 5,500 Sacagawea dollars inside Cheerios cereal boxes as part of a promotional giveaway. Most people who opened the box received an ordinary Sacagawea dollar, but a small number of those coins were actually different. They had an enhanced reverse design with detailed tail feathers on the eagle, unlike the coins that went into circulation. Those Cheerios dollars became one of the most famous modern rarities, with examples selling for staggering amounts of money. It is estimated that only a few thousand of these enhanced tail feather versions exist, and today they are considered one of the crown jewels of modern U.S. coinage. Another interesting feature of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar is its so-called mule error. A mule error happens when a coin is struck using mismatched dies that were never meant to be paired together. In the case of the Sacagawea dollar, some coins were struck with a Washington State quarter obverse and the Sacagawea reverse. This incredible blunder should never have happened, but a small number of these coins somehow escaped the mint. Collectors view mule errors as some of the most exciting finds, and the Sacagawea mule is considered one of the most legendary errors in all of U.S. numismatics. All of these variations, wrong planchets, double dies, Cheerios dollars, and mule errors, turn what might look like an ordinary golden dollar into something extremely rare and valuable. The thrill for collectors is that these coins can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places, in old change jars, tucked away in a dresser drawer, or even in circulation. That possibility keeps collectors hunting and keeps the story of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar alive. Beyond errors and rarities, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar also carries a deep historical meaning. Sacagawea herself was a symbol of guidance, resilience, and hope. Including her on a coin connected the nation's modern coinage to its early exploration and the spirit of adventure. Many collectors appreciate the historical and cultural significance of this coin just as much as its financial value. Now, when we talk about value, it's important to remember that not every Sacagawea dollar is rare. Millions were struck, and most are only worth face value. But the special varieties, the Cheerios dollar, the mule error, or a coin struck on the wrong planchet, can reach extraordinary heights at auction. Collectors worldwide compete fiercely to own them, and some examples have been preserved in pristine condition, graded by top coin certification companies, which increases their worth even more, and this brings us to the truly exciting part, the kind of value that the rarest examples of the 2000 Sacagawea gold $1 can achieve. Imagine a small golden coin, weighing just a few grams, but carrying a market price far beyond what anyone would expect from a modern piece of change. In fact, the most extraordinary examples of the 2000 Sacagawea $1 have reached a value of $100,000. Top 2. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that carries not just golden beauty but also a direct connection to one of the most fascinating stories in American history. The United States of America $1 coin honoring William Henry Harrison, dated 1841, is one of those rare treasures that collectors dream about. This coin is not only a piece of money, it is a time capsule, a work of art, and a symbol of a moment in history when the young American nation was finding its identity and paying tribute to its leaders. When people talk about rare coins that can change your life, this is exactly the kind of piece they mean. William Henry Harrison, the 9th President of the United States, holds a unique place in history. He is remembered as the president with the shortest term in office, only 31 days, before his sudden death in 1841. His presidency may have been brief, but his impact on the nation was significant, and his memory became immortalized not just in history books, but also in the world of coinage. A golden dollar bearing his name and image ties directly to that dramatic moment in American history. When collectors look at this coin, they are not just seeing metal, they are holding a story of leadership, tragedy, and legacy. The design itself captures this importance. On one side, the portrait of William Henry Harrison reflects the dignity of the man who once stood at the nation's highest office. The reverse carries the Statue of Liberty, a design element that symbolizes freedom, strength, and America's enduring ideals. This combination makes the coin stand out not only as a numismatic collectible but also as a piece of national heritage. It is no wonder that coin enthusiasts, historians, and patriotic Americans all find themselves drawn to it, but what makes this coin so extraordinary is not simply the design or the man it honors, it is the extreme rarity and unusual minting errors that have turned certain examples into true legends of the coin collecting world. Collectors know that not every William Henry Harrison $1 coin from 1841 is rare. Millions of coins can be struck in any given year, but it is the mistakes, the accidents, and the small variations that create something special and incredibly valuable. And with this coin, those errors and varieties are exactly what elevate it to the top tier of desirability. Some examples were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning that instead of being struck on the golden alloy intended for the dollar coin, a few were accidentally minted on blank discs meant for other denominations. Imagine a $1 coin in the size of a golden dollar, but with the metal composition or coloring of a quarter or a nickel. Such mistakes are instantly noticed by experts, and once authenticated, they become treasures worth far more than their face value. Then there are double die errors, coins where the design elements, such as Harrison's portrait, the inscriptions, or the date, appear doubled due to a die misalignment. When you tilt such a coin under the light, you see a ghost-like second image, a dramatic visual effect that collectors adore. The eye-catching nature of this mistake makes these coins highly collectible. Another variety involves weak strikes and off-center strikes. In these cases, either the dies did not press the coin firmly enough, leaving parts of the design faint, or the blank planchet was not properly centered, causing part of the image to be cut off while leaving empty space on the edge. Off-center errors can be especially appealing to collectors, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value point. One of the most legendary aspects tied to the William Henry Harrison gold $1 is the fact that it represents such an early chapter of presidential dollar coinage. First-issue coins in any series often hold special value, and when combined with rare minting errors, they become nearly impossible to resist. This is why collectors around the world are constantly searching for these coins, hoping to uncover one tucked away in a forgotten collection or handed down through a family heirloom. Think for a moment about what it means to own such a piece. A coin like this is not simply a chunk of metal, it is living history. It connects the modern world to the early 19th century, to the brief but unforgettable presidency of Harrison, and to the artistry and craftsmanship of the United States Mint. Every time a collector holds such a coin, they feel a connection to that past, a tangible reminder of the stories that shaped the nation. The excitement only grows when we talk about the market value of these rarities. Ordinary William Henry Harrison coins may only be worth face value, but the rare errors and perfect condition examples have reached astonishing levels at auctions and in private sales. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure a coin that stands out from the rest, and the competition can be fierce. This is why serious coin lovers, historians, and treasure hunters keep their eyes open for the William Henry Harrison 1841 $1. It represents opportunity, history, beauty, and value all in one. For the right coin, whether it is a mule error, a wrong planchet strike, a dramatic off-center piece, or one preserved in mint state perfection, the price is something that takes people's breath away. And now comes the part that collectors listen for most closely: the actual value. The rarest and most extraordinary examples of the United States of America William Henry Harrison gold $1 from 1841 have been known to achieve a market price of $440,000. Top 3. Picture a coin that shines with golden brilliance, yet holds far more than its metallic beauty. Imagine a small piece of money that carries the weight of history, the story of a president, and the magic of rarity that makes collectors' hearts race. That is exactly what the United States of America gold $1 coin honoring John Quincy Adams represents. Struck with the years 1825 to 1829, this coin connects us to the 6th President of the United States, a man whose leadership and vision shaped the early direction of the nation. To hold this coin is like holding a window into the past, and for collectors, it is one of the most fascinating treasures in American numismatics. John Quincy Adams was not only the son of John Adams, the 2nd president, but he was also a leader of great intelligence and determination in his own right. He served as president during a time of tremendous change, guiding the country through challenges of diplomacy, economic growth, and the deepening debates that would eventually divide the nation. His legacy includes his powerful fight against slavery and his belief in liberty and justice for all. When a coin bears his name and portrait, it does more than honor his presidency, it symbolizes his enduring place in American history. The design of this golden $1 captures that significance. On the obverse, we see the portrait of John Quincy Adams, his features engraved with careful detail to reflect strength and dignity. On the reverse, the powerful image of the Statue of Liberty radiates as a timeless symbol of freedom, independence, and national pride. Together, the artistry and symbolism make this coin not just a piece of money but a true miniature monument. But as every experienced collector knows, what makes a coin truly valuable is not just its design or the person it honors, it is the rarity and the unusual minting details that set certain pieces apart from the millions of others. And the John Quincy Adams dollar is a perfect example of this. There are extraordinary error coins in this series that have achieved legendary status among collectors. One of the most striking are wrong planchet errors, when a coin intended to be struck on a golden dollar blank is accidentally minted on a planchet meant for a different denomination, like a nickel or quarter. This results in a coin with the design of John Quincy Adams but in the wrong metal and color, instantly marking it as a rarity. Another famous type of error involves double die strikes. In these, the inscriptions such as John Quincy Adams, the years of his presidency, or even the fine details of his portrait show doubling, creating a ghostly second image. When collectors see this under magnification, they know they are looking at something incredibly rare, and such coins quickly rise in value. Off-center strikes also exist, where the blank was not perfectly aligned in the press, leaving part of the coin's design cut off and a blank crescent along the edge. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more desirable the coin becomes. These off-center errors are like tiny accidents of history, mistakes that somehow escaped the mint and found their way into the hands of collectors. And then there are mule errors, perhaps the most spectacular of them all. A mule error occurs when the obverse and reverse of two different coins are paired together by mistake. Imagine a John Quincy Adams obverse struck with the reverse intended for a different dollar or even another coin entirely. Such accidents are almost never seen, and when discovered, they send shockwaves through the collecting community. What makes the John Quincy Adams gold $1 especially captivating is that it belongs to the presidential dollar series, which already draws strong collector interest. Coins in the first years of issue or coins tied to presidents of great historical significance are always in demand, and when they appear with rare varieties or preserved in pristine condition, they can become the crown jewel of a collection. Think about the excitement this creates for collectors. Many people may look at this coin and see only a modern golden dollar. But true coin lovers know better. They know to look for the tiniest details, the strike, the alignment, the color of the metal, the clarity of the portrait. They know that one small difference can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure worth more than most people's homes. Owning a coin like this is not simply about wealth. It is about holding a story, a memory, a legacy. Every John Quincy Adams gold dollar connects its owner to the history of a man who shaped America's early destiny. And when that coin also carries a rare minting error or survives in flawless condition, it becomes not only a link to the past but also a prize of immeasurable significance in the present. Collectors all around the world dream of finding one of these. Auctions have seen fierce competition whenever one of these special Adams dollars surfaces. The bids rise quickly, as collectors battle for the chance to own a piece of history combined with rarity. Each time, the results remind us just how much passion and value is wrapped into this golden coin, and now we come to the part that every collector waits for, the value. Among the rarest and most extraordinary examples of the United States of America gold $1 John Quincy Adams coin dated 1825 to 1829, prices have reached an astounding level. The most exceptional of these coins have been valued at $475,000. Top 4. Imagine a coin that glows with the brilliance of gold yet tells a story that is far more valuable than its metallic shine. The United States of America gold $1 coin honoring Zachary Taylor, dated 1849 to 1850, is one such piece. For collectors, this coin is not just money, it is a treasure chest of history, rarity, and beauty all contained within a small golden disc. When you hold it, you hold the legacy of a man who was both a war hero and the 12th President of the United States, a leader whose short presidency left an indelible mark on American history. Zachary Taylor was a soldier before he was a president, earning the nickname Old Rough and Ready for his fearless leadership on the battlefield. His military service in the Mexican-American War made him a national hero, and that popularity carried him into the White House. But his presidency was tragically cut short when he died suddenly in 1850 after serving only 16 months in office. His brief time as president makes him one of the most intriguing figures to be honored on U.S. coinage, and when his image appears on a golden dollar, it becomes more than a coin, it becomes a historical tribute. The obverse design of this coin carries Taylor's portrait, his stern yet determined face representing both his military strength and presidential dignity. The reverse, featuring the radiant Statue of Liberty, symbolizes freedom, independence, and the eternal ideals of the nation. Together, the artistry and symbolism of this coin elevate it from ordinary money to a masterpiece of American minting. But what transforms it into something truly extraordinary is the combination of rarity, errors, and unique varieties that have made some of these coins worth staggering sums. Collectors know that not every Zachary Taylor dollar is rare. Millions may have been struck, but only a select few carry the mistakes and special qualities that set them apart. Among the most prized are wrong planchet errors. These occur when the design of the Zachary Taylor dollar is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another coin, such as a quarter or nickel. The result is a coin that has the look of Taylor's portrait but the wrong color or weight, a striking mistake that collectors immediately recognize as valuable. Double die errors are another fascinating rarity. With these, certain details such as the lettering, the years 1849 to 1850, or even Taylor's portrait appear doubled, giving the coin a ghost-like second image. Such doubling is not only unusual but also highly sought after, because it makes the coin stand out visually in a way that cannot be ignored. Then there are off-center strikes. These errors occur when the blank coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be cut off while leaving a blank crescent of metal along the edge. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these coins can become extremely valuable. The more dramatic the error, the higher the demand from collectors who love unusual and eye-catching pieces, and let us not forget mule errors, which are among the most legendary in coin collecting. A mule error happens when two mismatched dies are accidentally paired together, creating a coin that was never supposed to exist. Imagine a Zachary Taylor obverse paired with the wrong reverse. Such a mistake would make headlines in the numismatic world and instantly become one of the rarest of rarities. Another factor that increases the value of these coins is condition. A Zachary Taylor dollar that has survived in pristine, mint state quality, with its golden surface shining as if it had just left the press, can be worth far more than one that shows wear from circulation. Collectors place a high premium on coins graded at the top levels by professional grading services, and when combined with errors or varieties, the price can reach levels that surprise even the most seasoned experts. Think about what it means to own such a piece. This is not just about wealth, it is about connection. When a collector holds the Zachary Taylor Gold $1, they are holding a piece of American history, a tribute to a president whose life was cut short but whose story still resonates. The coin embodies courage, leadership, tragedy, and the artistry of the U.S. Mint. It becomes more than a collectible, it becomes a legacy. For coin lovers, the hunt for one of these rare examples is a journey filled with excitement and anticipation. Every time they search through collections, every time they examine a golden dollar under magnification, they dream of discovering that one extraordinary coin. And when such a coin surfaces at an auction, the competition is fierce. Collectors from around the world bid passionately, knowing they are not just buying a coin, but a piece of history that few will ever own. And now comes the part that collectors wait for most eagerly: the value. While ordinary Zachary Taylor gold dollars may only be worth their face value, the rarest examples with dramatic errors, wrong planchets, or preserved in flawless condition can reach jaw-dropping levels. Among the most extraordinary finds, the United States of America gold $1 coin honoring Zachary Taylor from 1849 to 1850 has been valued at $400,000. Top 5. Imagine a golden coin in the palm of your hand, a coin that not only gleams with the brilliance of precious metal but also carries with it the story of a man who shaped the very foundation of the United States of America. The gold $1 honoring James Madison, the fourth President of the United States, covering the years 1809 to 1817, is one of those pieces that makes collectors stop and stare in awe. It is not just money. It is a chapter of history preserved in metal, a tribute to a president often called the father of the Constitution, and a coin that has become one of the most fascinating treasures in the world of numismatics. James Madison was a figure of immense influence. As the principal author of the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, his vision laid the groundwork for the democratic principles that guide America to this day. His presidency was marked by challenges, including the War of 1812, a conflict that tested the young nation's strength and unity. To see Madison's name and portrait on a golden coin is to see a reminder of the man whose intellect and leadership were central to America's earliest years of independence. The design of the coin captures this importance. On the obverse, we find Madison's portrait, engraved with detail to convey wisdom, resilience, and determination. On the reverse, the powerful Statue of Liberty rises, representing freedom, independence, and the enduring spirit of the American people. The combination of artistry and symbolism makes this coin stand out as more than a token of value. It becomes a piece of living history. But what truly makes this coin a legend in collecting circles is not only the design or the president it honors, but the astonishing rarity and unusual minting errors that turn ordinary pieces into once-in-a-lifetime finds. Not every James Madison $1 is worth more than its face value, but certain rare examples are so exceptional that they command astronomical prices in the market. Among these rarities are the wrong planchet errors. These occur when the Madison design is struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Imagine the portrait of James Madison appearing not on the golden dollar alloy, but on a nickel-colored or silver-colored planchet meant for quarters or nickels. These pieces instantly stand out, their unique appearance making them highly sought after by serious collectors. Then there are double-die varieties, where inscriptions such as James Madison, the years 1809 to 1817, or the lettering around the edge appear doubled due to a die misalignment during minting. This creates a fascinating ghost-like doubling effect that is obvious to the eye and mesmerizing to collectors who value both rarity and visual uniqueness. Off-center strikes add another layer of fascination. These coins were minted when the blank planchet was improperly positioned, causing the design to be shifted, cut off, or misaligned. Some show only a portion of Madison's face or partial inscriptions, with the rest of the coin blank. Such dramatic errors, especially when preserved in high quality, make these coins incredibly desirable. And then we have the mule errors, the rarest of the rare. Mule errors happen when two mismatched dies are accidentally paired, creating a coin that should never exist. A Madison obverse struck with the wrong reverse design would instantly become a numismatic marvel, the kind of coin that sparks headlines and sets records when it appears at auction. Collectors also place enormous value on condition. A James Madison $1 coin that has been preserved in pristine mint state, without the slightest hint of wear, can command high premiums. When such a coin also carries an error, whether a wrong planchet, double die, or off-center strike, the price soars into the stratosphere. Owning a coin like this is more than a matter of money. It is about holding in your hands a tangible connection to America's founding ideals and the man who helped shape them. Each coin carries a piece of Madison's story, a reminder of the struggles and triumphs of a young nation finding its identity. For collectors, the thrill of discovering one of these rare Madison dollars is indescribable. It is a blend of history, rarity, and the sheer excitement of uncovering something extraordinary. At auctions, when one of these special pieces appears, the energy in the room becomes electric. Bidders from across the world compete fiercely, knowing they are not just buying a coin but securing a piece of American history that few others will ever own. The numbers climb higher and higher, a reflection of both the rarity of the coin and the passion of those who desire it. For coin lovers, this is what makes the hobby so irresistible, the chance that one day, they might come across a piece like the James Madison gold dollar, a coin that carries not only history but also life-changing value. And now, we arrive at the part collectors wait for most eagerly, the worth of the rarest examples. Among the most extraordinary finds of the United States of America, gold $1 honoring James Madison, with the years 1809 to 1817, values have reached the incredible sum of $415,000.